Good morning, friends. Today we are going to take the current affairs part on the following topics. So, if you see the topics, the first topic for the discussion is the draft code on wages central rules 2020. So, after that, the second topic for discussion is about the microplastic. About the microplastic, and after these two topics, we are going to see the countries of the ASEAN. So, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So what all of the countries that are present in the ocean. The fourth one is that is about the navigation satellites. About the navigation satellites that we are going to discuss. And the last topic is that is the Rajiv Kumar newly appointed as the election commissioner. We are going to see what exactly the election commissioner, its appointment, its removal. Okay guys, so its tenure, all those things that we are going to discuss. So let us start our discussion from the first question, that is, see guys, with reference to draft code on wages, central rules 2020, consider the following statement. Guys, though the Ministry of Labor and Employment have came up with the new draft rules, they have kept in the site for the recommendations, for the public recommendations. So with respect to this, we need to consider these following two statements. That is the draft code on wages central rules 2020. Guys, when this have made means there is a law. So that is so the minimum wages are like that. We are having many laws, guys. So the many laws have compensated into two laws, and they have came up with the draft. The minimum wages law, the number of working hours by the laborers, all those things we are having, and they want to make it as simple as possible. That's why they came with the two laws regarding this. They are going to discuss, and this is about the central rules. Okay, so why they made the central rules means this question is with respect to parliament, guys. Means the parliament has made the law, the cabinet has finally finally provide some rules. Okay, so like we are having the solid waste management rules, that we are having. So means what exactly the rules defines. So after making the law, they will take they will give the features. So how this should be implemented, how they should be implemented. So what are the rules to be followed in implementing those type of issues. Okay, so if you see this one, the first statement, the draft code introduces the concept of the floor wages. Guys, the concept of the floor wages has been introduced by the floor wages. So the floor wages means it is the minimal wage. It is the minimal wage fixed by the central government depending upon the regions of the region. So means the floor wage means below floor wage. So the below the floor wage. So any state government should not give the that is the wages, guys. So below that, no state government should give the wages below that floor wages. So this has been fixed by the central government depending on the regions of the country, guys. So like for example, the cost of living, like if you say some Hyderabad, they will be less than the Bangalore. So Bangalore will be having the more cost of living, guys. Like that, they have fixed the some floor wages on different criterias. So this is the correct statement, guys. Okay, this was fixed by the central government. So the minimum wages cannot be fixed by state governments below floor wages. Means the floor wage is the least one. Means so below that one, no one. So no minimum wages should be given below that. Okay, the minimum wages cannot be fixed by the state government. So the minimum wages will be fixed by the state government, but it should not be below floor wages. Okay, that is the minimum wages cannot be fixed by the state government below floor wages. Guys, okay, so floor wage is the crux. So below floor wages, you can't fix the minimum wage. The minimum wage should be above the floor wage. Okay, so these two statements are correct, guys. That is the statement 1 are correct, statement 2 are correct. So from where we can get this type of draft code? So the genuine, guys, that is PRS India. PRS India. So in the PRS India site, we can get this Parliamentary Research India, guys. Okay, PRS Legislative. On that, we can find this rules, guys. This document. So you can get the summary, guys. You can take the summary and you can have a glance of it. Okay, this is about our first topic. Now we will move to the second topic. Consider the following regarding the microplastic. Guys, we need to consider the following about the microplastic. As we know that microplastic plays a very important role. Microplastic plays a very important role, guys. Okay, and we have the that is no single use plastic, no single use of plastic. So all we have many considerations regarding the plastic. If you see why, because the microplastics are the one which is very less than in size, so very less in size. So what happens, guys? So if it is a plastic particle, if I see with my naked eyes, then I will pick up and I will dispose this in a proper manner. I will dispose it in a proper manner. So if I am unable to get the plastic waste, so plastic waste, so that is the microplastic will be of very less in size, that is the less than 5 mm. So if I am unable to find that one, it will go into our soil and it will pollute the land, guys. It pollute the land, it will pollute the groundwater and everything. Finally it is going to affect us. Okay, so plays very important in the soil purpose. So everything that is big, that is the plastic is the size of the very large, then we can see with our naked eyes and we'll pick up and we'll dispose it in a proper manner. So other than that, if it is less than size, it is, we are not going to take it in and it will go into the soil, and this is the non-biodegradable. This is the non-biodegradable, as we know that plastic is a non-biodegradable substance. Okay, so now regarding this, let us see the options. They are synthetic, guys. They are synthetic, that is not natural, that is the man-made. The semi-synthetic, solid, water insoluble particles of less than 5 mm, guys. Okay, so they will be insoluble particles of less than 5 mm. So it gives a less than 5 mm means, see guys, very minute. So we have the 1 centimeter like this. Okay, so less than 5 mm, guys. Okay, less than 5 mm means this we can't see with our eyes, guys. Okay, these are the synthetic or semi-synthetic solid water insoluble particles of less than 5 mm. Correct statement. So because of its size, most of the microplastic are biodegradable. No, guys, what do you mean by biodegradable? Biodegradable is the one which will be having no effect on the environment. Means it is going to degrade in the soil. It is biodegradable. So every plastic is the not biodegradable. It is non-biodegradable. It is non-biodegradable. We can't take this size. Even though it is small or big, it is effect only. So plastic is plastic itself. Whether it may be micro or the major. Okay, so because of size, most of the microplastic are biodegradable. Is not statement. So plastic itself is a non-biodegradable, and even though it is microplastic, it is non-biodegradable only. So we can't take the consideration of the micro. Okay, so this statement is wrong, guys. This statement is right. Okay, the microplastic considered as an airborne pollutant. Exactly, guys. It is an airborne pollutant. Airborne pollutant means it will cause an effect to the air pollution, guys. Okay, this statement is also correct. So the statement correct answer is C, guys. 1 and 3. This is about the microplastic. This is the type of questions asked by the UPSC. They will give you some concept, that is the microplastic. They will ask you the statements. So whenever we see like this, we know everything about the microplastic. Okay, that is second question. So now let us move to the third question. Which of the following countries are the members of ASEAN, guys? Okay, what do you mean by ASEAN? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Now in this we need to find out which of the following countries of this association. Which of the following are the ASEAN countries, guys? These are very important. These are guys. So now we will move to the question number 3. So in the question number 3, which of the following countries are the members of ASEAN, guys? That is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So in this question we should know what are the countries that are the part of the ASEAN, that is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So without knowing that countries, we can't attempt this question, guys. So like that we are having many type of this type of questions. Like, so what are the countries of G7 countries? Okay, G7 countries, SAARC countries. Okay, SAARC countries, that is the South Asia Association Regional Cooperation Council. So now we should know what are the countries that are the part of this type of organizations. So I will take the ASEAN countries with an example verse. So this can be done with only mnemonics. So without those things we can't remember this type of countries, guys. Okay, so if we have the clarity on the map pointed, then only we can go for this kind of questions. So for the ASEAN, I came with the few mnemonics. That is, please turn over left in Cambodia to meet MBBS. Okay, please turn over left in Cambodia to meet MBBS. This is the mnemonics that are made for the ASEAN countries, guys. Okay, so P stands for Philippines. Okay, Philippines. Okay, so P stands for, guys, P stands for the Philippines. T stands for Thailand. The V stand, see guys, Philippines, Thailand. V stands for Vietnam. L stands for Laos. Okay, okay guys. So this is the P stands for Philippines. L stands for T stands for Thailand. V stands for Vietnam. L stands for Laos, and we have C stands for Cambodia. So that is, we are having the Cambodia itself, and the M stands for the Malaysia. Okay guys, the Malaysia, the Brunei, Burma. So Burma we call it as the Myanmar, and the Singapore. Okay, so these are the countries that are part of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So I repeat guys, that is Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Indonesia. I stands for Indonesia, Cambodia, the Malaysia, Brunei, Burma. So the Burma we call it as the Myanmar, and the Singapore. So these are the 10 countries of the Association of Southeast Nations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you should remember this type of questions guys. Okay, they will ask. So Singapore, it is exactly right. So New Zealand we are not having. The Myanmar, I said it is Burma or the Myanmar same. The Vietnam we are having, and the Philippines we are having. So the option is 1, 3, 4, 5. So option C is the correct option guys. Okay, if we see G7 countries, so G7 we had mnemonics as JUICE GF. JUICE GF, that is Japan, USA, Canada, Italy, Canada, England, Germany, and France. Okay, JUICE GF. Okay guys, we are having, that is Japan, USA, Italy, Canada, England, Germany, France. Okay, so like this we are having guys. And the SARC, so if you take the SARC, in the SARC we are having the MBBS Spain. So MBBS Spain, if you take the Maldives, the Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Nepal. So this is that is mnemonics for SARC. Okay, so like that we should know the countries' names guys, then only we can attempt. So sometimes they will ask for the common. So what are the common countries of the G7 and the G20? Okay, whenever we knowing this, then only we can go for this type of answering the questions. Okay, this is the one of the model guys. Now the fourth one, Pakistan military to use Chinese navigation system BIDU to improve interoperating. Okay, now here I need to take some concept guys. Guys, we are having the navigation system. So we are having the navigation system. So in the navigation system, we are having the global navigation systems and the regional navigation system guys. We have the global and the regional navigation systems. I take here. So as I said that global navigation system means they are going to helpful a lot throughout the globe. Okay, so in the global navigation system, we are having the fourth guys. We are having the four. So 4 countries are having the global navigation system. If you see 4 countries, the US, Russia, European Union. So US, Russia, European Union, and that is China. Okay, China. So these 4 countries are having the global navigation systems. Means the navigation satellites of these 4 countries will make help in the go for the operability throughout the global guys. So we name GPS global as GPS. So the name of the global satellite for navigation of the US is GPS, Global Position System, and the Russia GLONASS. GLONASS is the Russia, and the European we are having the, so European we have Galileo. Galileo we are having for the European, and the China Beidou. Okay, so these are the four global navigation systems that we are having. US, that is GPS, the Russia GLONASS, and the European Union Galileo, and the China Beidou. So what is the use of these satellites? So these satellites will make us to have the navigation. So our army, so it will be Air Force for the army, that is for the civic, and that is for the civic purpose and for the military purposes. So in the military we have the army, navy, and the air forces. For the navigation we use this type of satellites. Okay, and for the civil purposes also. This is called the global, but we are having this with respect to regional, guys. Means they are going to helpful as a global. Whole global, each and every country will be having these things. But if you see regionals, so means they are restricted to only few regions. They are restricted to only few regions of the countries. That is, we have the India, guys. So in India we are having, that is Indian Regional Satellite, IRNSS. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, IRNS, and we have Japan, QZSS. Okay, guys, done with things. So in the regional we are having the India IRNSS, and the Japan we have QZSS. So now the current issue is the Pakistan military to use Chinese navigation system. But in these two aspects, Pakistan is not having the navigation satellites. Okay. Then now the issue is that Pakistan is going to use the navigation satellite of the Chinese. That is, this is BeiDou to improve interoperability. Because the dependence. So previously Pakistan used to depend upon the USA, that is GPS. But now it is not done. That deal has been done. So means it has completed. Now it is going to depend upon the BeiDou for its inter-navigation operability. So I repeat this: global we have the US, Russia, EU, and China. The US we are having GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and the BeiDou. And India we are having the IRNSS, Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. This we call it as NAVIC. Okay, so the nation navigation of India's constellation, guys. Okay, and Japan we have QZSS. This is about the topic 4, guys. Okay, so last topic, that is Rajiv Kumar newly elected as election commissioner, guys. Okay, guys, now I am going to take the discussion on the election commissioner of India. So we have the election commissioner of India. So the election commissioner of India. So, election commissioner of India. So this is an autonomous, this is an independent constitutional body. Why? Because it is constitutional body. We have the provisions regarding the election commissioner of India in articles 324 to 329. So through the 324 they have established the election commissioner of India. So after long extension, present we are having 1+2 composition. That is, the one is the chief election commissioner and the two is the election commissioners. So now Rajiv Kumar newly appointed as election commissioner, guys. Election commission means here we are having one more person. So 2 persons are the one person has been going to retire, and now the Rajiv Kumar have been elected as the election commissioner, and we are having chief election commissioner. Okay, so they will be appointed by the president. And removed by the president. Appointment and removal, guys. Okay, so they are kept. So they are elected for the 5 years. 5 years. Or now they can be. The duration of the tenure is the 5 years or the 65 years, whichever is earlier. 5 years or the 65 years of whichever is earlier, guys. Okay, guys, I think 6 years. Okay, 6 years or the 65 years, whichever is earlier of the chief election commissioner. Okay, so and after that they can be removed from the office only on 2 conditions, that is proved misbehaviorability or incapacity. Only 2 conditions, that is proved misbehavior or incapacity. Then only they can be removed from the office. They can be removed from the office as launched with the Supreme Court judges. So the process how the Supreme Court judges will be removed, on the same lines they will be ready, guys. Okay, this is about the election commission of India, guys. Okay, with this I am closing my session, guys. Thank you one and all.